Which quirky personal record or accomplishment are you surprisingly proud of? We had a phys ed class in high school one day that took place outside. I can't remember what year, but I must have been 15 or so. Our class was getting an introduction into javelin throwing. A couple of us gave it a shot, including me. The spear flew mightily far and stuck the landing. The teacher was interested in measuring the distance, and it turned out to be a record that year. It must have lit a fire under some asses because the next day it was broken, but yeah. This could have been my sport anim intro, but I wasn't interested. I've successfully avoided addiction, and my 8-year-old child has never experienced foster care or intervention from Child Protective Services. Iron and disorderly conduct within my family. Yet despite not having a lucrative career, I managed to work and support my family better than my parents did, all without reliance on government assistance. Additionally, I've achieved 9 years of sobriety from heavy substance use. I've managed to disrupt the generational pattern. My cursive writing is exquisitely crafted, reminiscent of an elegant script found in a 19th century legal manuscript. It regularly receives admiration, despite the challenge it presents to younger individuals unable to decipher it. While it may seem insignificant to others, I take great pride in it, especially when it garners attention. My skill likely stems from my mother, who possessed a gorgeous script herself and earned additional income as a calligrapher during her college days. I've been lazy this week and have refused to grocery shop. I haven't been in almost 3 weeks now. I've made 3 dinners the past 3 days with random food in my pantry, fridge and frozen meat. Meatballs with pasta and red sauce made from almost bad tomatoes. Chicken pot pie filling on toast, and orange chicken and fried rice. Legit have never been more proud of my cooking skills than this week. My YouTube account seems to have an unusual advantage. For more than 10 years, I've not encountered a single advertisement without subscribing to premium services or employing ad blocking software. This phenomenon persists even when logging into my account on various devices and TVs belonging to friends who experience ads on their accounts, whereas mine remains ad-free. I possess the ability to replicate bird calls, causing local avian populations to join in song, and even attempt to locate the large bird, initiating the sounds. It's amusing to observe their reactions when they discern I'm not actually a bird, sometimes even leading to their songs turning into screeches of realization or protest, particularly from catbirds. I was a teenager around 2000 for here in Brazil. I bought and read Heavier Than Heaven book about Kurt Cobain. Loved it so much. Last page the author had an email. I sent him a few questions saying I would put it on website in Brazil. He thought I was a journalist. I was 13. He politely answered, and my interview was published online on several websites. In the second youngest person in my department, yet I'm the one who does the majority of training the newbies, and I became the head of the dietary aids in under 7 months. I work in a care center in the dietary department. I'm also the one who handles almost all of the baking. I found the long-lost remains of my great-great-grandfather, who was shot and killed and buried on the spot in Burma, but his body had never been recovered. I was on it news at 10 about it. My next move is to try to get him moved into a Commonwealth War grave. In a collaborative project where my class produced a short film alongside experts, I served as an editor. During this project, I had the opportunity to collaborate with the editor who worked on the first 3 seasons of Lego Ninjago for our class's short film. I taught myself AutoCAD in the 2000s with just the instruction book. When guys who graduated from LA Trade Tech started working with me, I was the one teaching them tricks I discovered just playing around with it. My IQ has dropped about in half since then. I don't know if it's classified as double-jointed, but when I was a kid up to about 10 years old, I was able to bend my index finger all the way back to touch the back of my hand. I was surprised and proud about how many people thought that was cooler. I came second in an international technically intercontinental Latin translation competition. No dictionary allowed when I was at university. I was stoked but also a bit disappointed to discover the prize was like an $80 book voucher. A composer I greatly admire replied to an email where I saw his opinion on a cover I had done of one of his pieces. His response was detailed and full of valuable insights, which truly justified the 6 months I spent working on it. I've been completely healed beyond mere remission from what's regarded as the most intense form of cancer known. Intensity should not be mistaken for lethality. Regardless, I'm still here and thriving. I made a pee trail of 55 meters. I worked at a greenhouse where the toilet was 200 meters at the other end of the building, so we used to go outside and pee there. By counting windows I could calculate the distance. And a poster making contest back in grade school with the handicap of using a blue poster paper that I just got from faculty because I forgot to bring one. All the other students used white poster paper. I've been to 49 of the 50 US states, never made it to Vermont. Despite living there for many years, I can't see myself going back in the foreseeable future given how extremist it has become. In the 90s, I secured a gold medal in the Games Workshop Golden Demon miniature painting contest. I retired immediately afterward, choosing to end my competitive journey at its peak. Some random stranger with a mask threatened a family member, so I found out all their information to include extended family and was outside their home within an hour of the event. I once untied and then retied my husband's shoelaces with my toes. Took about 15 minutes, but it was 15 minutes spent in concentrated silence in front of a few mesmerized friends. 2 things. I wrote a fictional universe with my girlfriend and all original characters. It's dumb, I know. And 2, I reach 500 plus films according to Letterboxd. I have the ability to clench my gluteal muscles with such force that it causes my tailbone to pop, similar to the sound produced when cracking knuckles. I have about a 95% success rate of tossing grapes, olives, or popcorn in the air and catching it with my mouth. I'd be in the top 10 if I competed. I'm a goalie. I never lost a penalty shootout in my HS career. I played varsity all 3 years. Senior year was cut short by a coaching change. I was never once late to high school. 6 years with perfect on-time attendance. It was noted on my final report when I graduated year 12. I'm for 151 days sober after using almost daily for 17-18 years. I'm in my early 30s and feel like I'm living for real for the first time. I challenged myself to 1 million steps in the month of May 1 year. Average out to 33,300 steps a day. It was rough, but I did it. I possess the ability to rotate my arm a full 360 degrees, and I prepare some of the finest shrimp and grits you're likely to taste. I successfully predicted the Super Bowl winner from 1995 to 010. To this day, I've been wrong once, and it was since over Colts. I did an expert Sudoku level in 54 seconds a few weeks ago. My previous record was 1:58. Blew that shit out of the water. A few days back, I crafted a leather shoe. It's quite small but amusingly cool and suitable for gnomes to wear. I was the first pizza delivery person and had the first legal mixed drink in the town I used to live in. I performed as part of the backup choir for Barry Manilow during several shows at Wembley Arena. I used to deliver birth control pills to Larry Burr, a Philadelphia Philly shortstop in the 70s. I managed to eat a bowl of soup with chopsticks. Hands down the best achievement of my life. Invented flipping the pillow over to the cool side so it can be cool on your face in 1992. Went hitchhiking for a month without dying, although that truck driver wanted to get weird. I've successfully used up 3 chapsticks consecutively without misplacing any of them. Dental professionals consistently praise the thoroughness of my tooth cleaning regimen. I managed to wedge a 55 TV in the back of a Dodge Neon and successfully drive it home. My minor league baseball team had an undefeated season. I was a left bench player. I'm one of the top 1,000 pinball players in the world. Thanks. I needed that. Getting to 15 clean pull-ups at 50 years of age after a 20 years sports hiatus. I traded in my iPhone 6 5 years later without a glitch. The guy was amazed. I navigated the waters between Sicily and the Italian mainland by swimming. I taught myself how to crochet and how to knit both right and left-handed. I completed a work project today, and it was very successful. I'm so happy. My ability to pass around drinks with my eyes super glued to the TV screen. At 35, I've never had a single sock lose its pair in the laundry. I won the Best Paper Airplane Award in art class in the 5th grade. Ocarina of Time. All bosses. No glitches. 8 hours and 3 minutes. I caught the 9-pound triggerfish last weekend. That thing was huge. Most chin-ups for my school's presidential fitness challenge.